Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. Welcome to episode 2 of Prospects. This week I'm going to focus on an MLB pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Mitch Keller. So, Mitch Keller made his MLB debut May 27th, 2019. So, just a couple weeks before I was able to get a signature of his in a Indianapolis Indians program. So, I went to one of the prospect nights, and he signed the inside of the program for me. I also have a bunch of players that sign the outside of it. I need to do a better job at identifying those before I completely forget who they are. But I was also able to get some more signatures from him at the next prospect night that he was available. So I'm going to leave those up while we talk about him real quick. So Mitch Keller's pretty early in his career, so a lot of this stuff can still change. But since it's been at least 3 seasons, there's at least a little bit to talk about. He was drafted in the second round in 2014, right out of high school, 64th overall. And this guy has really done well for himself in the minor leagues. So I have his minor league stats there at the bottom, and that's across all years from 2014 to 2021. And the minor leagues are obviously very different. You're not playing against the same level of competition as you would be in the majors, but this guy shows a lot of promise. So I'm not really sure what's going on with him. He's had 111 starts across all leagues in minor league baseball. He has a 37-23 record, 567 and 1/3 innings pitch, a 3.13 ERA, which isn't like elite by any means, but it's really, really good from what I can tell, and 605 strikeouts. This guy is very capable of getting players to swing and miss, as well as, having, a nice mix of throws that he can use to, to knock out the next batter, retire the next batter. He was the 2019 International League Most Valuable Pitcher. So he came into 2019 just guns a-blazing and ready to go. The Pittsburgh Pirates, however, have not been a very good team for quite a while now, especially while he's been there. And so it made sense that his rookie season, he wasn't going to see a lot of action, but we probably weren't going to see, too much, great from him. So he makes his debut. I believe it was against the Reds. I remember watching a little bit of that game. And while they lost and he gave up like a big home run, like very early on, he still played pretty decently. So he had 11 starts that season, had a 1-5 win-loss record, which not really a pitcher stat, but still something to kind of take a look at to give context to how his career's gone so far. Pitched 48 innings, so he hasn't been, going deep into games, but a lot of times he's also been yanked because he hasn't been playing very well. His rookie year, he had a 7.13 ERA, but again, that's a pretty limited sample size, and a lot of the earned runs he was giving up was based off of home runs and usually multiple runner home runs. But he had 65 strikeouts in just 48 innings. So like I said, this guy is very capable of retiring batters, but for him, it's truly, a two true outcome kind of thing. So he's either going to get you to strike out or you're going to score off of him. And from what I've heard, and I don't really follow baseball all that much, so I don't fully understand it, but I've heard that the Pittsburgh Pirates, at the major league level at least, are a pitch to contact kind of team. So the way I kind of understand that is they want their pitchers to throw a ball that is hittable, but it's not going to be taken for a home run. That way they can get outs a lot faster because of fielding and everything like that. And instead of having to go through, 10 to 15 pitches to strike a guy out, multiple balls, multiple fouls, everything like that, you just go ahead and get the guy to get himself out. But the danger with that is if your fielding is not very good, or you're just letting them hit home runs all the time, is you're going to get scored on a lot. So that kind of seems to be what's affecting Mitch Keller. And I don't know if that's exactly what they're trying to teach him, because he is still getting strikeouts. But it doesn't seem like that would work for this kind of guy. And I'm afraid he's going to be someone who maybe gets traded this next season. Because because he's not looking very effective for like a poor, prospect package. And then he goes to a team that like utilizes his strengths and he's going to be really, really good. Um, I kind of have to consider myself a Pirates fan just by proxy of, Indianapolis Indians or their AAA team. I've met a bunch of the players. I like a bunch of the players that have been able to go up to the team the past few years. So it's really difficult for me to not root for the Pirates as a whole because I like so many of the players that are on the team. But I also like kind of don't want those players to be in the Pirates organization, if you understand what I mean. They just haven't been good. Um, so 2020 was very weird for anyone that was involved in baseball. Of course, it was the COVID season, it was shortened, there was just a whole bunch of different things going on. So Mitch Keller got very few appearances because he was injured. I believe he was put on like the 60-day injured list or something like that. So nearly his entire season was wiped out. So he only got 5 starts. He had a 1-1 record, 21.2 innings pitched, but his ERA improved. Now, again, very, very small sample size. So, like, when he did pitch, he pitched well. He had 16 strikeouts, and again, didn't have like a huge ERA, but just a very short sample size and didn't really get a chance to have like a long stretch of games to really kind of establish a rhythm and get himself involved in the team and everything. But 2020, you can just kind of write off for a lot of players just because it was such a weird season. This past year, the 2021 regular season has ended, has finished up, and it was not a good year for the Pirates or for Mitch Keller for that matter. 23 starts, a 5-11 record, so he is winning multiple games now. 102 or 102 thirds innings pitched, so better than what the most that he's had so far, the closest to a normal season that he's had, and then a 6.17 ERA. With a little bit larger of a sample size, that's not good at all. And he's more than doubled the number of innings that he pitched, but really like from his rookie season, but really didn't improve all that much in his strikeouts. Again, he's a very capable, strikeout king. Not really a king or anything like that, but he can throw strikeouts, like he can retire batters. But he just really wasn't able to do that this past season. He was sent back down to AAA for some time before being called back up. Again, I'm not sure what the trajectory on this guy's career is going to be. I believe he's only 25 years old, should be 26 by the next season. And we'll see kind of if it all comes together for him or if it's going to be another situation like most of these Pirates players where they just don't work within the major league organization. They get traded away and suddenly, boom, they're like, top 20 players at their positions. So I'll be interested to see what he does going forward with his career. I will always support someone who signs for me, and he just seems like a real cool guy, and I really hope something works out for him, whether it's with the Pirates or not. So let me know what you guys think. Have you guys ever met him before? I know that he used to sign during spring training. Have you guys ever been able to get him then or in person? Um, have you been able to meet any of your own prospects that have gone on to play in the major leagues or in the pros or anything like that before they made it? So let me know what you guys think. Really appreciate it. Um, Always helps me out with that. So thank you guys for watching.